Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can stream responses from foundation model in EXPO React Native for iOS. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll quickly show you guys the output. Here you can see I have one button. I'll click on it and I think I'm asking it about some places to visit in India. So let's see what replies it gives. It does take few seconds to reply back. So here you can see, so I think I have asked it for Australia, okay, not India, sorry. So here you can see it has streamed the response. Again, I have not added a scroll view. You can add a scroll view just so that you get the response in proper fashion, but here you can see this is the output. If you there are few caveats which you need to keep in mind. If you want to run this on simulator foundation model, you need to update to macOS Tahoe. It will not work on previous version of macOS, and also you require Xcode 26. If you cannot update to macOS Tahoe, then you require macOS Sequoia, but provided you have updated to Xcode 26 and you need to run this output on a real device with Apple Intelligence enabled. So these are the caveats. So let's get started. So first you can just go to this particular URL to create an EXPO React Native project. There are different templates available. We will be using this blank TypeScript template, so you can just run this particular command. Okay, once you run this command, it will ask you for project name, so you can just enter some project name. Then you need to go to this URL, because at the time of me recording this video there is no third-party library available for this, so we need to do some native development setup. So here you will have to select iOS device, select development build. I have disabled EAS. Then you need to install Xcode as well as Xcode command line tools and a simulator as well, and make sure you run this command. Then you need to cd to your EXPO React Native project, and then you need to run this command as well. Okay, and here once that is done, then you need to run this command. So this will create an iOS folder for you. So let me quickly show it that to you. So here you can see, you should see this iOS folder been created. Once that is done, you just need to come to this URL over here. So I'll just open it inside a new tab. So over here you just need to run this command. So again it will ask you a few questions like what should be the module name and everything. You just need to press enter 3 times. And that should be it. Once that is done, you again need to run this command as well, because we need to do CocoaPod installation again, because we have created an iOS module. Now CocoaPod's modules are deprecated, so they might be completely removed in the future from EXPO React Native. So please do follow the documentation. At least at the time of me recording, there is no alternative for EXPO React Native. They are not using Swift package manager, they are still using CocoaPod. That's why I'm using that over here. Okay, then I'll just close my cheat sheet. So let's go through it. So first you need to open modules, go to go to src. Then here you need to go to mymodule.ts, and here you can see we have created a method called ask. The prompt, here we are passing a prompt, and the value here I'm not returning any value because we need to return a stream of data, right? So for that we will be using this value of type string. Now all of this code was present by default. I have not added any of this. Okay, once that is done, let's go to app.tsx, and firstly these are all the imports which you need to copy. Here I have created one state for text, and here we are constantly listening for the stream of data and we are updating our state. And on click of our button we just do mymodule.ask, and here I am asking which places to visit in Australia. Reply only with place names. Okay, and here we have another text for displaying the actual text. Now one more thing which I want you to guys to be careful about is go to iOS. Here we need to create a Swift file, right? Now do not create this Swift file for VS Code, because sometimes it messes things up and you might get error while trying to run the application. So it's better you always create new files from Xcode only. So you just go to I'll just open my Xcode React Native project. So it is inside my camp. So this is, go to iOS folder and double click on this .exe workspace. It will open it for you inside Xcode. So yeah, let's just wait for it few seconds. Okay, so first we need to create this places file, right? So here you need to go to pods, here you need to go to development pod, and here you need to find your own module. So to create this places Swift file, you just have to right click, new empty file, and just give it as places.swift. So I already have it, so I'll just delete this. And Okay, I'll just delete this, command delete, yeah, move to trash. So once this file has been created, just cross verify this places should have this target membership of my module. If you don't see this, just click on this plus button over here, and here from this just select my module and just click this checkbox and click on save. Once that is done, you need to go to your project over here, go to general, and here you need to update the iOS deployment target to iOS 26. Once that is done, let's come back over here. Then you just go to places.swift, and here what we are basically telling foundation models is that we want the output in this particular format. So I want an array of string, but here you need to add this @generable, and this is only available from iOS 26. That's why I've added this, and we have to also add this guide annotation as well. And here I'm asking it to generate 40 different cities. You can reduce this number as well. I wanted to show you streaming, that's why I've kept the number as high. So you can change the count to whatever you feel like. If you want a different data type, you can change that as well over here. Then you just need to go to my module.swift, and here we import foundation models, and here we add this iOS 26 annotation as well. Here is our language model session, and here is our system language model.default. Now rest of this code is present by default boilerplate. I have not changed any of this. Here is our async function of ask, and here we take the prompt value. Then in case if the model is available, then we just do session.stream response, pass the value or the question, and here we pass places.self. In case if you don't want this places.self, you can just, along with this comma, you can just remove this. Then you will not get the output in a proper structured format, but it's up to you in case if you don't want it. Then here we just loop over this, and here we are sending the data back to EXPO React Native side. But in case if you are not using this places.self, then make sure you remove this dot names as well, because this dot names comes from this places.swift. Okay, then you can just use partial dot content. In case Apple Intelligence is not available, I send this particular error message. In case if model is not ready, we send this, and in case for default use case, we just send model not ready as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.